chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from T-shirts to performance sports shirts.
Both Lobos and the Aggies on a bye, college football. Coming up this weekend before meeting each other on the gridiron in Albuquerque for the 100 and whatever time next Saturday for the Rio Grande rivalry. Good week for a bye probably for both schools. Certainly different weeks last week for them. It's the opening drive and a lot to do today on a Wednesday with the NFL popping, with college football popping, with baseball popping. Did you see Shohei last night? Oh, Dodger fan, how about that? You see the bullpen after that? Oh, Dodger fan. How about that? Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. How you living?
What it do?
You all right?
All right.
Crazy little time right now between coaches' apologies in college. We had 2 of them this week, 2 high-profile coaches basically apologizing. Well, one apologizing and one defending. How about that?
Ooh.
I want to get into that. I got history in the big leagues. The big dumper continues to go as we're 2 weeks away from baseball's playoffs. Dodgers and Ohtani was good. Lobo Aggie volleyball last night. Diego Pavi's in the news. But I want to hit a little bit on X news conference yesterday, and the bye week and what he had to say. Did you go yesterday to the press conference? I'm sure you've seen it though.
Yes.
Yeah. So kind of the first thing I asked him too. I said, "Have you gotten through your text yet?" He said, "I think when he was with us on Monday, he had 231 that he still hadn't read." I think he responded to mine on Sunday, which is good. So Sunday's the day I think college coaches respond. I tell you, I got up the golf course. I had Eck, Rich Rod, and Danny Gonzalez all had sent me a text on Sunday. I think that's when college coaches kind of
probably have their 15-minute window.
Right.
All right, let me pick up this cell phone.
See how many I can get through. All of them have big wins. New Mexico and Jason Eck, of course, with UCLA. Rich Rod, who's a 2-time winner of the New Mexico Bowl trophy, had a huge win at West Virginia. That was a huge program win in the backyard brawl. West Virginia beat Pittsburgh in a crazy inning. And I don't know how much you cut of Danny Gonzalez and as the defensive coordinator at Arizona, but they're 3-0.
Who was the head coach in that game?
And that game was Brent Brennan. But yeah, who got more TV time in the fourth quarter? No, did you catch that game on I think it was Fox on Friday night?
A lot of Danny Gonzalez.
A ton of Danny Gonzalez TV time.
Arizona defense looked good.
Yeah, and they closed it out at the end, and they were on the field to shut it down. And so, and also that same night, it was Eddie Nunez's Houston Cougars beating Dion. Friday was fire. I mean, if like you have Louisville football ties, Friday was kind of fire. Brent Brennan's name's up for that. I see a lot of places for that UCLA job too because of his ties to UCLA. He'd be an interesting cat there. Is the Arizona job better than UCLA?
Yes. For football right now?
It's
Absolutely.
arguable, isn't it? I don't know which one pays more, but that doesn't necessarily make it a better job. And again, I told you this a zillion times. I don't know the difference between making, I don't know, 2.8 and 3.4 million.
But I'll find out. I'd love to find out.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
You could argue Big Ten's a better conference, harder to win.
That's kind of the point, right? Do you have a better chance at Arizona to get to the college football playoff, to get through the Baylors, the Utahs, the Colorados, the Texas Techs, the TCUs, as opposed to getting through the Big Ten, getting through Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Illinois, Indiana, Nebraska, Michigan State, Wisconsin, right? I don't know. Weather's kind of nice in both spots. The administration's kind of, interesting in both spots. How about that? Interesting. Well, I'll leave it at that. I don't know what's a better job, Arizona or UCLA football right now. I know UCLA's 0-3 and Arizona's 3-0. Brenton, that whole staff was on the hot seat coming in, and Arizona was picked last in that league. Now, they still haven't won a league game because the Kansas State game is considered to be non-conference. But that's interesting. So, yesterday at the press conference, I think Sean Ryder asked the question. There's a lot of lists out there, okay? The Athletics, Bruce Feldman has one. He has Jason Eck as a candidate to replace Deshaun Foster at UCLA. CBS Sports put one out. USA Today put one out. Both of them had Eck on that list. Let's not run from this conversation, okay? He is 3 games into his UNM career. Now, he's not fueling this fire, I don't believe. I don't believe his agent is. Maybe he is. I don't know. Eck, quote, because he was asked about it. He says, I'm just focused on this. I think it's positive because if we were 0-3, my name wouldn't be popping up in that. So you want to do well so that stuff happens, but I'm focused on this season. You're not talking to anybody. I have an agent that would do that, but I'm very happy here, not looking at all to leave. End quote. Perfect, non-committal comment, right? Perfect, non-committal comment. Look, man, if UCLA comes and offers him $3.5 million, what do you think he's going to do? You tell me. I don't know.
It's a bummer as a fan, but that's the reality forever. Because your good coaches are going to have bigger and better opportunities elsewhere.
And I don't even know what the going rate for a coach at UCLA is anymore. Right? He's making 1.2 here, I believe.
Do I think that's what UCLA does? Nope.
What? I don't think they're going to go to Jason Eck either. I think they're going to go hit because of where they are and who they are. Not that Jason Eck isn't a good coach, because I think he's obviously a really good coach.
He's probably like the kind of coach they need, but not what they're going to hire.
I think that's right. I think they're going to go splashy, right? They're going to go try to get a big name. Now, if Wisconsin comes calling, where he played, that's another story, and they may be looking for a coach. Here's the deal. I sure as hell hope it doesn't happen, this year. I think this fragile fan base needs something to hold on to for a little bit, and he's beyond likable. I've not met one person yet, and I've spent some good time with Jason. I like Kimberly. I really like the Eck family. I haven't met one person who has met him and said, I don't like him. Like, I haven't met that yet. Everybody's like, wow, I really like that guy. Yeah, he's, as I told you, my good friend Dennis Patchen, the voice of the Idaho Vandals, told me when Eck got the job, and I called him, I'm like, so tell me about this guy. And what I tell you, He told me, I think this was his direct quote, if you don't like Eck, the problem's with you. Right? Not what he said? At least I told you. He said he probably didn't hear it. But I think everybody that you met, so, and he's having some early success. Now, look, man, if they go out and they get beat by the Aggies and they take a big dump in their pants and they go, 0-5 to start league play.
Then you don't got to worry about it.
You're all going to feel differently about him. Yeah, he's a really good guy when things are going well. And, by the way, he's a really good guy. I saw the post yesterday. I wasn't going to give this the satisfaction of acknowledgement. But the dude who comes at us all the time about don't put another cent into the football stadium, and it is what it is, and it's just a minor league, and big deal, they beat UCLA. UCLA's no good, and put every cent into basketball. Can I ask you, what happened when your basketball team got successful? What happened? Where's your coach? Where's your point guard? Tell me why it's not going to happen in the same thing happens, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I saw the guy's post yesterday, JJ, and with 0 likes and comments on it because I think everybody realizes it's ridiculous. But I don't know. Your basketball program went to the NCAA 2 years in a row, and your coach is gone. And by the way, your entire program is gone. You're starting over again. I think you got a good coach in Eric Olin. Where's your best player? It's UCLA, right?
Yep.
Your coach is it Xavier with a bunch of your players? It's going to happen. I think this is the hardest part. And we had the conversation. How many years do we have a conversation with Pitino? At least for the last 3, right?
Yes.
There was Louisville, and there was there was the South Florida situation where he turned down the South Florida job, I think, for $1.8 million. It's not just you. Everybody who's successful, every program, and not even just Group of 5 program, but certainly Group of 5 program. They're already hearing it at UNLV. Dan Mullen's been there for 3 games. Right? Barry Odom had success. He's at Purdue. Dan Mullen's 3-0. He beat UCLA also. Right? He beat what did he beat? Sam Houston, Idaho State. Right? Idaho State, Sam Houston. Is that who they beat? And UCLA? And there's already Dan Mullen to UCLA conversation. I'm not telling you that you got to like it. I'm not telling you to. I guess my suggestion is, I don't even know where I'm going with this in some respect. JJ, if you're going to be a fan of college football and certainly of this program, enjoy the moments. Enjoy what you have. And if you're going to be a college football or college sports fan, you're just going to have to accept that at some point that's what's going to happen, right? It happened to Pitino. If it happens to Jason Eck, that means that he's done good things. I told you we were at lunch at a local place, and the gentleman who owns, and it's an iconic spot, he goes, he saw Jason, and it's, oh, you're the new coach. You're going to be gone in 2 years anyway, right? And I said, hey, let's hope that's right. Because if that's the case, that means he won, he turned it around, everybody wins, and and your team won. He said, I know. How coach, are we going to be any good? Right? And I get the frustration. And JJ, if it happens, and look, I can't sit here. Can you sit here right now on September 17th and promise X going to be the coach next year?
No.
I don't think he can. But if it happens, that means he turned this thing around and won at a level that I think you'd be proud of. Now, I think this fan base is really fragile, and to have that happen again would be tough. 4 coaches in 4 years and probably a full overhaul of the program again would be tough.
It'd be very difficult.
Yeah, and this fan base is fragile, and you're buying into something that. Here's the one thing that I hope doesn't happen. I know it won't happen for the New Mexico State game. I hope if these rumors continue to fly, and I don't know that they will. I mean, there's 2 jobs open right now, right? It's UCLA and it's Virginia Tech, and I don't think anybody's going to be in a hurry to hire. Okay, they both have interim coaches. By the way, Tim Skipper's the interim head coach at UCLA who hoisted the New Mexico Bowl, his New Mexico Bowl trophy. It was his letter then. It was his New Mexico Bowl trophy 2 years ago as the interim at Fresno State when they beat the Aggies. I hope it doesn't turn fans away if the noise turns up. And I hope, remember before the Michigan game, and I joked, kind of, and I said, what happens if they beat Michigan? Louisville fans not going to come back and say, we beat Michigan, this is great. They're going to come back and, oh no, we're going to lose our coach.
And here we are.
Yeah. I think you're good. I do believe he and his family like it here. I don't believe Jason Eck's going to end his coaching career here, nor do I believe he should, for that matter. Right? He's in his 40s, kind of in his coaching prime. And if he turns this thing around, yeah, he's going to be hot. And I guess you wear that with some pride and accept the good stuff that goes with it and enjoy the time that he's here. My guess is he's not leaving after this year, but I can't guarantee that. And I don't think you can or anybody else. And I think that's okay because I think that's the new era of college athletics. Or is it new? Or was it always like that?
It's always been a hint of that.
Yeah, I think it's always been like that. All right, lots to do today. 505-246-0610. I'd love your thoughts on that, on the success, on all of that. We're going to feed you a bunch of stuff today. We got the Lobos and Aggie rivalry coming up. Sean Ryder's going to join us coming up at 9 o'clock. He, of course, the beat writer for Lobo football for the Albuquerque Journal. We'll talk to him about this as well. A lot of NFL news, injury stuff going into tomorrow, the beginning of week number 3, Dolphins and Bills here on The Sports Animal. Baseball's coming down to it. I think there's like 11 games left. The Big Dumper made a little bit more history yesterday. And boy, do people like football. 505-246-0610. That's how you get here. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. At AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Football season is...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home.
Happy, what day is today? Wednesday. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, you're welcome to join the conversation at area code 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. Send us an email, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Adrian's producing the TV show. We're on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. You're welcome to watch it there or on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, or on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. And, of course, hit JJ on the X. It's _ JJ Buck. NFL tomorrow night here on the Sports Animal. It will be the Dolphins and the Bills. 5:30 is our start. The NFL coverage on Sports Animals presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in Albuquerque, featuring Aries Spears, Samuel J. Comro, Brian Callen, and Tyler Fisher. Get your tickets before they sell out. They're conveniently located in the Winrock Town Center, and you can visit hyenascomedynightclub.com/Albuquerque for more information. JJ, the numbers. So the numbers you put on here, is this for that Eagles-Chiefs game?
Yes.
All right. So Fox announced their, what do they call it? America's Game of the Week, or is that what they refer to it as? The late window on
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday. 33.8 million viewers Sunday for the Eagles and Chiefs. So even by NFL standards, that's really, really big. And it's the best audience ever for Fox for a regular season Sunday game. And it is the most watched Week 2 game ever. Well, Super Bowl rematch. It was standalone, right? The whole country got that on Fox, right? I believe that was Fox's only game. I think you had two other games. What did you have in the other window? Did you have, like, I don't even know, was it Cardinals and Panthers and on CBS?
Yes.
and probably another West Coast game.
Broncos Colts.
Was it Broncos Colts? All right, and both those were good games, or at least came down to being good games at the end. But they weren't the defending champions against the defending runners-up, or another way to say that would be a rematch of the Super Bowl. So it wasn't any of that. So if you were just wondering, people still kind of really like football. And that's where it is. And you're going to watch it, and I'm going to watch it, and we continue. Aaron Jones is on the injured list. That is the Vikings running back, the former UTEP star. He will be out at least 4 weeks. You've got all the quarterbacks that are down. Joe Burrow's out. J.J. McCarthy is out. Who else am I missing that out? Jaden Daniels is questionable. Who else is out? I know I'm missing one more. And then
quarterback-wise?
Yeah. It's McCarthy, and it's Burrow, and it's...
No, that's the only two for sure.
That's the only two for sure. Jaden Daniels is maybe...
Questionable.
Brock Purdy may play this weekend. I was seeing...
Well, Brock Purdy's out, but it was...
Well, he was out last week.
But they kind of said that could be an extended...
Well, now I heard yesterday that he may be back this week. So you can watch that one. And then you got the guys that are...
Is he worried all of a sudden? Because saw Mac Jones win a game?
Yeah, I gotta get back because Mac Jones beat the Saints. Yeah, I better hurry myself back. Yeah, that's right. How good is Justin Herbert? And this is fascinating because Harbaugh loves him, and if you got him on your fantasy team, you love that Harbaugh loves him because he's letting him cook a little bit. But Justin Herbert, everybody who's got eyes looks at Justin Herbert and has marveled about Justin Herbert, but he just hasn't won over the first bunch of years of his career. Jim Harbaugh is his coach now, and he just loves Justin Herbert. He just loves him. Quote, it's like being around greatness every day, whether it's the practice environment, the training environment, the meeting environment, the way he is on the sideline, and most of the way he is during the game. He's incredible. It's like Superman when he puts on the armor. When he puts on that suit and wears that number 3, he's donning the cape. He is a Superman out there, end quote. And he didn't even mention how good he is in his SoFi commercial.
That's a quote about Derwin James.
Is that what it is?
Because Derwin James wears number 3.
Oh, I was like, he doesn't wear number 3. Oh, yeah. All right. But Harbaugh continues to just talk about how great
he started with Justin Herbert,
yeah.
And then it was Derwin James that got the Herbert treatment following Monday Night Football. And what's interesting about that is...
yes, it is.
You got to win to do that.
Yes.
Do you like this persona from Harbaugh? Because it's who he's been.
Well,
and we know it's all right. Even though he's not the best guy ever, but he loves his players.
Look, do I like the persona? I think that's who he is. I was listening coming into what's the guy before us that you love so much on the national show, Perloff. And Perloff was just saying it's an act and it's stale, and Jim Harbaugh's conning you. This isn't who he is. I think it's always been who he is. Jim Harbaugh, for whatever his foibles are, and for whatever his prickliness is, and whatever his character traits that you might not like are, he's always been for his players, right? His players have always loved him. The guys in his locker room, he's always had their back. And from the second he got to L.A., I almost said San Diego because it should be, he has been riding the Jim Harbaugh train, telling you how he's the best ever, right? And I'm okay with it. And do I like the Harbaugh way? I don't know that I love it, but I don't hate it. And
sure has worked
for
him.
Results, right? Yeah.
There's never a Harbaugh team you question about the way they're playing. Like, Herbert's been a guy that we've been waiting and wanting more from, and I've been a staunch Herbert defender, and it's lined up. It's now he's actually has more weapons than he ever had. 9.2 yards downfield per throw, leading the NFL. Like, explosive play, hyping it up. The defense has been good, and they've been one of those teams that it's always something, right? It's always been an injury, but that's part of the game. You have to figure out a way to get through it. They haven't really been able to do that. You know what's overplayed? You know what's fake to me? Is thinking that sports talk radio is you have to sit in New York and say everything sucks. And that's good sports talk radio.
Yeah, I think people who have a microphone in front of them believe that it is their job to sit there and dissect everything and tell you why it's bad. And some guy who's never done anything is always a better coach or is going to tell you how to be a better PR guy or everything. No, I agree with you. And I've always tried to do sports talk differently. And whether that makes it good or not, I don't really care. But you're right. I think that's what sucks. People with a microphone. That's my job.
My job is to sit in New York and tell you everything else in the United States is awful.
That's right.
And sucks.
No, that's right. That's right. I'm down with it. I'm down with the way Harbaugh loves on his guy, and I'm kind of down with the way he's utilizing him right now. By the way,
the explosiveness in the passing game out of nowhere, especially Quentin Johnson realizing I'm a receiver.
Yeah.
I use my hands to catch a football.
Yeah, not
and your
dropping.
first round pick all of a sudden is looking like a first round pick in that offense. And what is ahead this weekend in a
with the Chiefs?
Kind of got a win game for the Broncos.
I mean the Broncos, yeah.
And the Chargers sitting there could go 3-0 with all division victories. Watch out.
I love the comparison you made yesterday because I was thinking the exact same thing when you said it. That Quentin Johnson, and I think they wear the same number, right? Jamison Williams. They both wear number 1. They both are not going to catch volume, but they're going to get 5 to 6 looks a week and probably 1 to 2 deep balls a week and make something happen. Yeah. And by the way, late bloomers, they were both high draft picks that had a little bit disappointing first years. Jamison Williams was suspended, right? Like twice, if I'm not mistaken. And then become kind of such a focal point, or at least in 3 games a focal point. I don't want to make that a trend yet. It's 2 games for what they do. All right, 505-246-0610. We get back. We got to get into this tush push thing, and it's gotten. Look, they voted on it in the offseason. It stayed. It's now a focus because of the way it is officiated, and I think there's something to it this time. I don't know that I think it's going to go away, nor do I believe it should. But the latest and what one player is saying in regards to it and why it's making his blood boil. We'll get there. 505-246-0610. Have you downloaded the Prize Picks app? I strongly suggest you do. Enjoy football. Well, hell, enjoy sports even more. Enjoy it. You're watching the games. You know the games. You know what's going on. You probably know what's, hey, it's a run play. Your girlfriend, your wife probably walks out of the room. Stop telling me what's going on before it happens. I get it. Make some money on this. Download the Prize Picks app and play. And right now, they're running some big max discount stuff. And his name is Patrick Mahomes. Right now, more or less on Patrick Mahomes, 1/2 of a passing yard. I don't know. You tell me. Will Patrick Mahomes have more than a half a passing yard this weekend? That's how you start. You go in and you pick more or less on lineups of 2 to 6 players. And if you're right, you cash in. All right. You can spread smaller amounts across the lineups Monday through Friday. So you go with the big daily stuff over the weekend and then build your lineups however you want. But here's the deal. Right now, they got these max discounts, and Patrick Mahomes is your guy to get you going over the weekend and have fun with this. Download the app, okay? Load in the promo code KNML, and you'll get $50 in lineups after you place your first $5 lineup, all right? $50 lineups is a big deal. It's it'll help you. I mean, you'll just enjoy it and make more. Go through this, have fun with the football. You're watching it. It's the Prize Picks app. All right. I'm looking at it right now, and there's all kind. You can play all kinds of things today. I got baseball stuff I could play today. There's football. There's heck, you like the soccer, you like the Josh Allen stuff, whatever you want. Go to Prize Picks, download the app, put in the promo code KNML, $50 in free lineups after you place your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks, and it's good to be right.
Do you know your number? No, not your credit score number, not your sleep number bed, but your retirement number. The number that you...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit InternationalProtectiveService.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks.
When you look at your fantasy football transitions, you put in for 3 acquisitions, you got none of them. That's not right. Man, how can that be right, man? I got none of them. Is that what happens when you're 2-0?
No, that's why you need every league should have FAB.
Where you bid?
Where you bid on players.
Yeah, let's see what happened. I mean, damn. At least I survived the guillotine. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. Yeah, I got nothing. 888-922-0610. All right, the brotherly shove, the tush push, the whatever. I guess that's what it is now. It's the tush. I can't believe that nobody's come up with a better name than that. Because that might be why people hate it, because the name is so lame.
That's a great name.
You like it? I don't.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
You push the tush.
Yeah. Brotherly shove is really good, but it only works in the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia ran it 7 times in their win against Kansas City. Now, you're probably well aware that in the offseason, the NFL owners did have a vote to ban it. It didn't receive enough votes. The vote was 22-10. 22 teams voted to eliminate the tush push. 10 voted to keep it. the Packers are the team that proposed the trade. Well, Jeff, 22-10, then it's eliminated. No, because of the bylaws. To change something like this, they need 75% of the owners to vote for it. They needed 24 votes. They only had 22. So they continued to have this as a legal play. Cool. I believe that, I've told you, I don't enjoy the play. It does nothing for me aesthetically. It doesn't add to me my pleasure watching a game. I don't like it. But it's effective. And you can say, what's the difference between that and a quarterback sneak? Well, your eyes should be able to tell you that. But I don't believe the reason to ban a play is just because you can't stop it. There's got to be, there's got to be something better than, well, it's just unstoppable. How come 31 other teams aren't utilizing it like they are, right? So obviously it is stoppable, and we've seen it stop. The issue this week has been the way it's being officiated. And you might have seen Andy Reid, the Chiefs coach, on the sideline getting really upset with the officials. And it wasn't because they were running the play. He was asked about the tush push after the game, and he believes that they were moving early. And video seems to show that there should have been false starts called on it. Quote Andy Reid now, if guys are moving early, then you got to call it. So they'll go back, take a look at it, and see what their evaluation is of it. It could be different than mine. Mine, I felt like the guys were moving. That's why I was griping about it on the sideline with the officials, end quote. I think he's right in this respect. I mean, when you looked at the video, right, it looked like they're moving to, have a snap or have a counter.
Yeah, yes, it does. And that's where it needs to be cleaned up. Not that you can't stop it, but if the alignment and movement are constant issues, that has to be addressed.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you've got Jordan Mailata, who plays for the Eagles. And he was on an interview with 94 WIP in Philadelphia. He's their left tackle. And he said it makes his blood boil. Quote, I understand the outrage. What I don't understand is them using it as an excuse why we won the game. I think it's incredibly disrespectful to our defense and our special teams who balled out. And my brothers on defense and special teams who balled out that game. And our backs when we weren't moving the ball or we weren't doing anything. When I see those things, they fly across my timeline. It kind of irks me a little bit. It pisses me off because we give so much of this game. And to kind of base off a short yardage play that's a football play and say we won the game off of that, but not how our defense played, not how our special teams have played, putting us in those positions, I think it's bullcrap. I think it's rubbish. Absolute rubbish, man. It makes my blood boil just thinking about it, end quote. Got it. Dude's working his butt off 7 times. Is it why they won the game? No. Is it part of why they won the game? Yeah. Yeah, it's a big aspect of why they won the game. Short yardage, they're damn near unstoppable. Until you can stop them, they're going to continue to do it. Do you think this gets any more traction as far as taking this play out of the game? If they can't officiate it properly? Yes. That would be a reason.
Yes. And when the owners are doing their thing and the Eagles are so successful on it, it will be a way that those against it, the proposal was submitted by Green Bay, but they're definitely not alone, can start persuading the people needed to vote to ban the tush push.
How do you feel about it? Do you like it?
If it's clean, I don't have a problem with it. Like they figure out a play that works for them because they have a quarterback that is ridiculously strong, line it up. But if you're lined up wrong and you're constantly moving, then yeah, you can't do it because you can't do that in any other play. It's illegal motion, illegal shifts all day long.
All of that is right. Like if you, yes, if you're lined up illegally, if you are moving, and why can't they catch that? If Andy Reid can catch it, and he did with the naked eye standing on the sideline, then why can't the official? And look, it's one thing when you're telling me, oh look, the slow motion frame by frame camera caught the guy moving, a quarter of a snap early or a quarter of a count early. That's hard to see in real time with that mass of humanity that's assembled down there. But if Andy Reid can see it from the sideline, the officials should be able to see it, don't you think?
Yes.
And I think that's where what's going to be the death of this play. More so if they put together a pile of tape where they feel that, A, they've got evidence that, or a pile of video, that the play was officiated improperly and or the ball was spotted improperly. because that's the other piece of this. It's impossible sometimes. I got Jalen Hurts in a pile of a ton of human beings, and I literally mean a ton of human beings, right? I mean, the amount of tonnage of human that is in there, that's what's going to be the death of this play. Not necessarily the fact that you can't stop it anymore, although that'll be the genesis. But yeah, there's a whole lot of that going on now. A whole lot of that playing out. The other controversy is the Tom Brady thing. I want to hit that as well because that blew up a little bit more yesterday. We're going to get into Diego Pavia. Is he going to play another year after this year? If he has his way, he will. And the big dumper continues to make history in Major League Baseball. 505-246-0610. That is all on the table for you today. You got an event coming up. You're planning a party. You're planning an exposition, a convention, a conference, a small meeting. I got your spot, and it's right across the street from here, and it's in downtown Albuquerque, and it's easy to get to, and it is the Albuquerque Convention Center. Tremendous staff, great service, spectacular menu. They go above and beyond for all of the events that they put on, and they put on a bunch of them. That makes them really, really good at it. They got incredibly vast spaces, different spaces. It doesn't matter, big, small, whatever it is. They're going to take care of you. I know you've been to events at the Albuquerque Convention Center. I have too, many of them. In fact, we host one every year. Isleta New Mexico Bowl, we have a team event on Thursday night at the Convention Center. Why do we go there every year? Because they take care of our student athletes, our guests. They take care of them the way they need to be taken care of. Right in downtown, parking adjacent, great menu, great service, tremendous staff, local art on every wall. Make your event something that is going to be spectacular. Make your vision a reality in a space designed to impress. Be at the center of it all. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Go to albuquerquecc.com. It's all right there, albuquerquecc.com. Then give a call at 505-768-4575. Area code 505-768-4575. It is the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game.
Got baseball tonight, baseball tomorrow here on the Sports Channel. Topes wrapping it up against Reno. You're on here a couple of times. Lloyd says, hasn't it been nice, Jeffy Lube? You go home after work, flip on basic TV, and see Albuquerque baseball. P.S. The downside is it's embarrassing for the TV audience to watch people be out of the park. The 7th inning of a 1-run game. Is Duke City traffic so bad you need to beat everyone to the exits? Topes were on Channel 7 last night, I guess?
Yeah, they've had some televised games this year.
Yeah, didn't know that last night. That's good. More on Topes. Ron says, we need to be more like Sioux City. It was one of the greatest lines in OD history, Jeffy. Now I'll throw out, thank gosh for Rochester. It's the Rochester Red Wings that are keeping Albuquerque's baseball team from having the worst record in AAA baseball. Was that Dominic Bramante who said something about we need to be more like Sioux City? Was that a Gladiators reference back
I
in the day?
believe so.
Yeah, I think that was it. I got one more on you for baseball, but I can't find it anymore. Oh, who's a more desperate baseball theory? Bourne wants to know. It's Albuquerque's baseball team, right? If they kind of need to win tonight, or they'll have to sweep the Final Four to avoid having the worst record in your league. I don't think they care. Honestly, do you think they care anymore?
No.
It's off season, baby. They're figuring out what their flights are when they're moving out of their apartment, how they're getting home. When they're getting home. Yeah. I mean, you can ride that one if you want. But all right, what do you make of this Brady thing? Is this going to end up where he's going to stop going to meetings? Is that going to be the optic? He's of course the lead analyst for Fox. He's a partial owner of the Raiders. He was in the Raiders coach's box with a headset and a tablet. Looked very intense. Almost looked like when the camera was on, he was like trying to shrink down and get out of the way, like the guy, the CEO on the Coldplay video board.
I'm a little confused about the situation.
Talk to me.
'Cause I thought going into this year, they loosened things up with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Allowing him to do more pre-production. But the statement from the NFL said that, he is still prohibited from going to team facility or practices or production meetings.
NFL Brian McCarthy, quote, there are no policies that prohibit an owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during a game. Brady was sitting in the booth, blah, blah, blah. So all that, they did loosen it up, right? They did allow him to go into the production meetings, right? I guess the answer is here, to cure the optics, is probably he shouldn't be able to go in those productions. And I think that's where it's going to end up. Do you disagree with that?
I don't think that they really go too over the top with it, because you want Tom Brady out there as part of your league, as face of the league, everything he's doing. And really, in these meetings, do you really feel you're sitting there going, man, it's trade secrets that Tom Brady's taking back to the Raiders?
Yeah, let me clear this up on the production meetings. I guess he's permitted to go participate remotely but not go. Okay? McCarthy, the NFL guy, quote, Tom continues to be prohibited from going to a team facility for practices or production meetings. He may attend production meetings remotely, but may not attend in person at the team facility or hotel. He may also conduct an interview off-site with a player like he did last year a couple of times, including for the Super Bowl. Of course, as with any production meeting with broadcast teams, it's up to the club, coach, or players to determine what they say in those sessions, end quote. So I that clears it up for me. I did not know that he was not allowed on the facility in the building. He's permitted to sit in his hotel room and join remotely.
There we go.
And they then are willing to give or not give any specific information. And I get it, man. If he's doing a Broncos game this week and the Raiders are playing the Broncos next week or in 2 weeks, or he did the Chiefs the other day, right? They're in your division. Chiefs are going to play the Raiders here in a few weeks. If I'm the Chiefs guy and I'm like, I don't want to give Tom Brady much, I'm it's kind of up to you, right? Don't give it up. But I think the answer may be they just, he doesn't get to do those meetings. Do you believe he should have to give up one of his gigs? Because I don't.
No.
All right. Sean Ryder's going to be with us at 9 o'clock. He's the beat writer for Lobo Football for the Albuquerque Journal. We'll catch up with him on the latest on Lobo Football in the bye week, going out recruiting. Lobo Basketball added an exhibition against what used to be a Power 5 program. Not a Mo. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
0.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, clear up the Brady stuff. And good morning if you're just joining us. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Tom Brady did not violate any NFL rules. And so it's an optic thing, and how do the Raiders and or the league want to handle, and Fox, I guess, for that matter. I don't know what Fox needs to do going forward, but as far as the league is concerned, he's done nothing wrong. He hasn't violated any rules by being an owner and a broadcaster. It's the opening drive. Thanks for finding us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Bye week for the Lobos and Aggies. Lots of NFL stuff. Got it for you tomorrow here on the Sports Animal. I'm looking forward to it. Dolphins and Bills tomorrow night to kick off Week 3 in the NFL. 5:30 is when it starts. Your NFL coverage on the Sports Animals presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in the Winrock Town Center. Saturday, you get Michigan, Nebraska here on the Sports Animal in the afternoon. Sunday, Rams and Eagles. Over on KTBL, we'll have Raiders and Commanders. In the evening, we get Chiefs and Giants. Pretty good stuff for you. Lions and Ravens, good Monday night stuff too. Lions and Ravens.
That's great Monday night.
That is, and I'm interested, man. Like the Ravens have scored 41 and 40, or 40 and 41. They gave up a bunch to the Bills. Lions put up 52 last week. I don't know what the over/under is, but my guess is I love the over.
Might be taking the over.
I don't know where it is yet, but we'll love that. All right, good baseball yesterday. I don't know how much you're all watching. Maybe midweek you catch it. The Mariners won. They did win last night, right? They were beating the Royals pretty good when I turned away. And as we sit here with a week and a half to go in the regular season, Seattle is a half game up on the Houston Astros in the American League West. 4.5 games clear of Texas. Elsewhere in the American League, Detroit's down to 5.5 against Cleveland. That's gotten really tight. That was like 10 a week and a half ago. Toronto's still 5 up on the Yankees. In the National League, the Phillies have clinched the East over the Mets. Milwaukee 5 better than the Cubs, and the Dodgers just 2 in front of San Diego. Let me give you the Dodgers stuff first. Shohei Ohtani went out yesterday, and probably his best outing, correct? He went 5 innings, did not give up a hit, struck out 5, walked 1. They were up 4-0 when he left after 5 innings, JJ. Then they turned it over to that spectacular Los Angeles bullpen, which poured gas on it, and they lose to the Phillies 9-6. So do you walk away encouraged that you got a great outing out of Shohei going into the playoffs, or as you're getting closer and closer to the playoffs, you just wasted 5 innings of no-hit Shohei and lost again to a team who probably was out partying all night the night before, which was the easy bet to take the Dodgers, because typically when a team wins, they go out and celebrate. The next night they throw out a lineup of guys you don't know, and yet they came back and they pumped you. At some point, you got to be concerned about that bullpen. I know you mock it a bit, but at some point,
you've been concerned about the bullpen all season,
right?
That
And it blows up, and so
that's why when we had the conversation earlier of what Shohei Ohtani was doing, and like he's going to get on the mound. Yes. They have to have him get on the mound, whether he's a starting pitcher or work somehow, some way out of the bullpen in the postseason. At this point in time, there's no way to change that. That is going to derail the Dodgers. It's the fact that they cannot finish games.
Yeah. I mean, their bullpen was just brutal again.
And Philly, they rolled out Schwarber and Harper in that lineup last night.
Yeah, they did. By the way, Shohei hit a 430-foot home run, too. So
50 homers, 5 scoreless innings,
yeah.
The best baseball player I'll ever watch in my life.
Who's the National League MVP? I know he won't win it again, probably, because he didn't go 50-50 or whatever. Dude is at 50 home runs, and he's pitching, and they're going to probably win their division. I don't know that they will for certain. Who's the National League MVP? Big Dumper wins the American League, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because I want to get there next. Who wins the National League? He's got to be in the conversation again, right?
50 homers, plus at least some of the mound work that he's doing. And I think if this is one where his home runs are going to be a massive part of the conversation.
As they should.
Because Kyle Schwarber has 53.
Yep.
And he's on a team that won a division.
Is he pitching?
No. Well, then we're also at a point then, as if Shohei Ohtani's on the mound for any amount of time, is he just guaranteed to win the MVP every year?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm okay with Schwarber, by the way. I don't hate that. I don't. Because his team's 12 and a half games.
But with Ohtani, he has more plate appearances. I mean, more at-bats than Schwarber.
Yep.
50 homers.
Yep.
So he's got hitting 282, while Schwarber's at 53 homers hitting 245.
Okay. Runs batted in?
128 to 94 advantage of Schwarber.
Okay. Good advantage.
It's a pretty good advantage.
If you want to tell me Schwarber, I can listen to it.
That would be the closest one to me to have a legit conversation.
Yeah. All right, on the American League side, it's Cal Raleigh. He man. So this is the company that he is with now. And whether you like the Big Dumper, you think it's a one-hit wonder, and it might be and it might not be, I don't know. All I know is this season now has him in the company with Mickey Mantle and Ken Griffey Jr. Are those two all-time greats? Abso-freaking-lutely. He broke a record held by Mick. He matched one that was held by Ken Griffey Jr. Pretty decent for one night, right? 55th home run of the season. He did it the second inning against the Royals. That put him past Mickey Mantle for single season home run mark for a switch hitter. That record stood since 1961, that's 64 years. Then Raleigh hit his 56th home run in the next inning. That matched the Mariners club record that Junior did in 1997. And then he did it again in 1998. People tell me that Mickey Mantle was the best they ever saw. Mantle and Mays are the two guys from the era, that era, the 50s, the 60s, into the early 70s. I guess probably more so the 50s and the 60s. Right? That generation of people tell you it's Mays and Mantle were the best players they've ever seen. I will tell you the best player I've ever watched on a daily basis, full player, is Ken Griffey Jr. Best hitter I've ever watched is Tony Gwynn. But Kenny in his prime, when I was working in Washington and covering the Mariners and watching them every day, Kenny's the best I've ever seen. Cal Raleigh matched that. And they won. He went 5 for 5 with 3 home runs. The Mariners went 10 in a row. 10 in a row.
They're rolling.
I love me some pesky Mariners. I know the world doesn't need to see it. Give me Seattle, Detroit in the American League Championship.
Why the heck not?
Yeah,
why the heck not?
That's what I want to see. I know the world wants to see Boston or maybe the East Coast wants to see that. I think there's some really good, interesting teams. Houston's going to be interesting in this whole thing too. But give me Seattle, Detroit. Fan bases that are starving. Really, really fun young teams. Give me that.
Yes.
When I was in Detroit a couple weeks ago and watched that game, I loved it. You could feel the fan base and how starving they are. I know the Northwest fan base. I covered that for, I was up there for 5 years. I've got an affection for them. But just watching those teams, tell me you don't want to see as much Cal Raleigh as you can.
I want to see good teams. I want to see teams that earn their way there. Heck, even if the team that gets hot at the right time. That's why you have playoffs. It's a different beast. The regular season is a gauntlet, but you can win 100 games and fall on your face. It's sport. It's just the way the playoffs are set up, and give me whoever gets there. And I will find good storylines to talk about, and I will enjoy it.
Wild card races. So Yankees, I don't want to say firmly in, but it's the Yankees, the Astros, and the Red Sox right now. And then the Guardians are just 2.5 games back, and the Guardians have gotten hot. They've won 5 in a row and 9 of their last 10. That's how they've closed the gap to 5 on Detroit. So Cleveland is hot. They've won 9 of their last 10, and they're coming. But they still got some work to do with what if I said 140, 150, so there's 12 games left for them. They have 12 games left to make up 2.5 games. The National League, it's the Cubs. The Cubs are in. Padres, I believe, will be in. And then the Mets are holding on to a 1.5 lead over the Diamondbacks for the final playoff spot. Mets have won 2 in a row. Arizona's won 4 in a row. The Mets had lost 8 in a row before that. So here comes Arizona. And didn't Arizona get the World Series out of the wild card about, 3 years ago?
That is correct.
Yeah. Torey Lovello's a hell of a manager, and they got a nice young roster there, too. Rockies are eliminated.
Yes, that's...
Which one? 41.
Like I said, they... Thinking ahead, looking at options and players coming up, I would say for the 2028 season, they're already 7 games back.
I thought it was 7.5, but I might have been wrong when I looked at it for the 2028 season. Yeah, 3 years out. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails are in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. When we come back, I want to hit some college stuff. Dabo Swinney defends himself yesterday because the media was pretty harsh on him. They're 1-2. They were ranked 4th in the country to start. They were a lot of people's darling was Clemson to win the national championship. Now they're out of the polls. What he had to say. And is Diego Pavia going to get another year to play college football? Get into all of that. Hey, remember when you popped the question if you were already married? What was the biggest thing? Will she love the ring? If you're thinking about getting engaged, how do you know she'll love the ring? You don't necessarily, but John Thomas Jewelers has taken a lot of that angst away from you. John Thomas Jewelers, who is my jeweler, no regrets engagement ring. They've come up with this concept, and it is spectacular. So here's the deal. At John Thomas Jewelers, they've created this no regrets engagement ring. What does that mean? Any ring you buy with them or design with them. And when you design a ring there, like they've got 3,000 bridal sets for you to look at right now. But if one of those isn't right for you, design it. Have it made right there in their state-of-the-art design center on premises. You'll see it in 3D before they make it in precious metal, so preview it in 3D printed wax before they finalize it. But if she wants something different, she loves you, but she doesn't love the ring. You have an entire year to redesign that ring even after you propose. There's no penalty. There's not even a custom-made ring. All of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty, and their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. That translates into you cannot find a better, beautiful, more fine diamond anywhere. I don't know why anybody would go anywhere else. This is the absolute no-brainer when it comes to diamond rings, to engagement rings. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. If you're looking for studs, you're looking for necklaces, any piece of jewelry. But the no regrets engagement ring is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. They're on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. It's on Louisiana. It's 1 block south of Banal, right across from the Coronado Mall. Stop by, see why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 straight years and one of the coolest jewelry stores in all of America. It is John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 5.
One more year. They say it's usually 4 more. Hell, maybe 4 more. Who knows? Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. So, former Volcano Vista High School quarterback, former Aggie quarterback, former New Mexico Military Institute quarterback, Diego Pavia, who is at Vanderbilt now and has Vanderbilt back in the rankings again, is in the midst of that lawsuit with the NCAA over the NCAA's eligibility rules, arguing that junior college playing time should not count towards NCAA eligibility. Right? And that's how Diego's playing now. He's played 1 year at Nemi, correct? Or 2 years? 2 years at Nemi.
2 so far.
2 years at New Mexico State, and now this is his second year at Vanderbilt. So this is 6. Okay, we getting more? So fourth year at the this is 4th year at the NCAA level, 6 overall, including college ball, because he won that temporary injunction against the NCAA. Could there be more? The clock has always been 5 years to play 4 in the NCAA. Then it's just like whatever, you get 4 years of eligibility. Then came COVID, then came redshirt years, then came, well, you can kind of play more. I mean, you got guys at 28, 29 years old playing college ball. The argument became national news, really, when Pavia might be seeking his 7th season. He wants to play next year. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. He went on X. He shut down the idea that he could play another year, stating firmly, "This is my last year." Now, we'll see. And I'll, if he says it, I believe it. There's Sam Ehrlich who wrote this argument. The NCAA rules stipulate that the 5-year eligibility requires players to pursue a 4-year degree during the time. When a player's in junior college, they're pursuing a 2-year degree, and as such, that should not count towards the eligibility once they go to 4 years. So I think Diego's kind of milked this whole thing, right? I mean, you got 4 years at Division at Division I college football at the FBS level. He played 2 years at junior college. He didn't earn any money. Now, NIL, I don't know if it's trickled in junior college. I really have no idea if anybody's paying anybody there. I don't know. I'm going to guess not. The argument was it was limiting his earning potential. Diego's getting paid, I think it's north of $2 million is what the reports are this year at Vandy, and good for him. And this is probably kind of the pinnacle, and this is not to downplay Diego. Do you believe Diego's the next? Well, who knows, man? I mean, does the team take a shot on Diego in the draft and say, you know what, that kid's won everywhere. I'm going to bring him in and see if there's a way that he's an asset to my football team in the NFL?
I would not bet Diego Pavia gets drafted.
Okay, I wouldn't bet against him. I do believe Diego Pavia will be in an NFL camp next April, whether it's as a free agent or a late round pick. You think I'm wrong on that?
No, there's a ton of dudes in camp.
Right. So I think he gets that chance, and he's that kind of dude who's a little different. That when he gets into a setting, does he impress? Do you believe that he's an NFL quarterback? Both of us probably not, right? That's not.
Dude, you can't. I get it. It's the SEC football, and are we thinking there's like a Tim Tebow run for Diego Pavia in the NFL?
Tim Tebow had a run, right? Tim Tebow won a playoff game, did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Which is more than you can say for a lot of dudes in the NFL that you say are way better quarterbacks. I mean, my head tells me, or my eyes tell me probably not. But what I know about this young man is he wins everywhere he goes, and what did the NFL love? I mean, you hear coaches all the time talk about.
Did the NFL love Kellen Moore?
No, but they gave him a shot, right? But he did get a shot, did he not? Did he get? You know, he was with the Cowboys. Where was he before that? He was with Detroit. The hell was Kellen Moore in his NFL?
Like the hoorah attitude is not going to get you anywhere in the NFL.
I agree with that.
Like, it's Pavia, unbelievable college career. Sure, pissing off a lot of people right now talking about this. The dude is not an NFL quarterback.
I think that's probably right, but it will not stun me if he gets a shot. And can he play something besides quarterback in the NFL? I mean, we always say that only about quarterbacks who are athletes, but only always. And you know, if I'm stereotyping too much, prove me wrong. It's always about an African American quarterback, right? Well, he's an athlete, but he can't play quarterback. I mean, that's what people wanted Lamar Jackson to be when he came out. Well, he can't be a quarterback. I know he's pretty damn good. But can he? Antoine Randall had a career coming out of Indiana. Right, he was a quarterback at Indiana, had made himself a career as a player in the NFL. Can he be something else?
You can try.
Dude's tough as nails. I don't know. We'll see. But my point on this was: is this his top earnings as a football player? And it might be. And it might be.
Yeah, and that's why he came out on the X and was like, "No, that's not true. I'm done." No, if you win that lawsuit, you're coming back to Vanderbilt. $2 million. Like, that's happening. I don't believe, like, if he gets an extra year out of this, somehow, some way, like, that dude's going back to Vanderbilt.
Yeah. How do you think they're granting him a seventh? Like a seventh?
How do we think we'd get here?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's totally fair. I don't think we did. I mean, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he going to be even better next year if he can play, because you already look at what he's doing this year.
By the way, they pounded.
And he has become a better passer.
Yes.
So he checks all the boxes. If you're having the NFL conversation, I'll bet against it and then be proven wrong when he's the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
They are 3-0. They're 27.5-point favorites this week over Georgia Southern. But they have won 2 games on the road. At Virginia Tech, well, they fired their coach, so we know what that situation is.
Just an average team.
And then they went to Columbia and beat South Carolina on the road, who was ranked 11th in the country. Oh, wait, did they just beat them? Oh, they beat them 31-7. They beat them 31-7. Diego threw for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He ran for 24 yards. Look.
Slot receiver?
That's what I'm saying. Is there a spot? The dude,
Julian Edelman?
Right. The dude's elusive. He's tough as nails. He wins. And coaches say all the time, give me a dude who knows how to win and who's got some talent. And I get it. He doesn't look like, when you just look at him, he doesn't have that body of that long, lanky athlete. All I know is the guy gets loose. He scores. He runs over guys. He runs around dudes and wins. And by the way, wins in places that do not win. Go back. You all know the history of New Mexico State. Go back and look at Vanderbilt. It's kind of the same story. Vanderbilt doesn't win.
Dude's beating Auburn and Alabama.
On the road.
Yeah. You've talked me into Diego now as a slot receiver in the NFL.
I'm just saying, if I'm a GM, I'm taking a look. Because the DNA that everybody looks for, you hear it all the time. Give me a guy who's won. You know, a guy, certainly I need talent. And there's talent in Diego Pavia. It might not be that textbook Justin Herbert look or Lamar Jackson look or whatever. But he's got talent. It's just flat out undeniable. And they asked for the winners. I mean, the guy has won, this is now 4 years in a row, at places that do not win. At the hardest position in sports. He's turned 2 programs. He's a legend at 3 programs. At Nemi, where they won a national championship. He'll always be a legend at New Mexico State. And he will always be a legend at Vanderbilt. I mean, you tell me who's had a better college career. I get it. Kellen Moore, Tim Tebow, they had great numbers. They may have better numbers. I'm going to guess he might not have had more fun.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, I want to hear the Dabo Swinney stuff when we get back. A Clemson coach trying to defend himself, and I got a lot of thoughts, and I know you do too, after one of the most successful coaches over the last decade in college sports. And by the way, he's won 2 national championships. Not a good start. And when you raise the bar, you raise the bar. It does not ever lower. Once you raise the bar, expectations do not come down. And he's feeling that. Once you make your backyard nicer and better, you're never going to want to leave it. That's what LaBarge Landscape's done for me. They've raised the bar. I come home every day. My front yard looks spectacular. It got away from me. It just did. I'm not afraid to admit it. So did the backyard. Now I go back there and I just enjoy it. LaBarge Landscape took care of that for me. For me, I just needed a cleanup. I needed the pros to come in and do what I'm not good at, what I don't have the time for, and honestly, what I don't enjoy. And they came in and made my yard really something that I love. They'll do it for you. Basic cleanup would be a great start. If you want something that you can be really, really proud of, that you can enjoy for years, let LaBarge Landscape make that happen for you. They've got over 80 years of experience in a family-run, family-operated, family-owned business. 32 years they've been doing it in this market. They're bonded, they're licensed, they're insured. That means they do what they say they're going to do, and they do it spectacularly. They treat your property as if it's their own. You got a pretty good idea what you want. You kind of know, hey, I'd like this in my yard. Here's the space I got. Talk to them. They'll come back there, and they'll do it for you, front and back. If you're not really sure what you want, you just know you want something different, have their design team come out. They'll create something stunning for you, put designs together until you got exactly what you and your family are looking for. Whether it's a putting green or a retaining wall or a water feature or xeriscaping or new sod or new sprinklers, whatever it is, LaBarge can install it for you. There's tons of great weather ahead. We live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We enjoy our outdoor space year-round. Get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You are going to love it. Call LaBarge Landscape. Go to their website. Bounce around, look at the gallery, look at what they've done. It's LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. And then phone them, 505-345-3000. Area code 505-345-3000. Book an appointment. You will love LaBarge Landscape as much as I do. For small and large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your
Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks so much for taking my call. Great show, as usual. I just kind of want to throw this out here, something that I kind of think about, and it's like how analysts and how the analysis of all these players is sort of tainting the game a little bit. Like, hear me out on this. You know on my take that I think that Caleb Williams is a bust, and we're going to see over time that he is a bust. And all of this hype about potential. Now, I can't remember the kid's name, but you hear just as much talk about that kid from UCLA, that quarterback.
Nico
He's got all this
Iamaleava.
talent. He's got all these, yeah, that's right. He's got all these intangibles. He's got all these things. All that stuff is cool, but can the dude play football? Can he lead a team? The Lobos, who are a bunch of hungry cats out there, whooped them so bad. You know, and I've rewatched that game a couple times. The Lobos dominated that game all over the field.
Yes.
And especially at the end of the game. That's where you see talent shine through, like Caleb Williams. What I'm saying is This dude is unraveling at the end of games. Now, I'm going to think about Baker. Baker was let go of in Cleveland for Deshaun Massage Watson. He was let go of in Carolina. This dude has the winning gene, the fourth quarter come from behind, kick your butt gene. The I'm injured, but I'm still going to play and win. That's the kind of thing that, like, shows up. And it's like I kind of feel like there's just a lot of analysts these days, and all these guys want to talk about all of these quarterbacks with all these intangibles and all this talent, and all of it's BS. Can these guys play football or not? Caleb's a bust. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
It's a really interesting call because
You ain't winning in the NFL for a long time without talent.
I can't drop that call.
Like Baker Mayfield was number 1 overall pick. He's not some underdog out of nowhere story.
Yeah. Although the reclamation project that is Baker is really kind of a cool story, right? He was dropped.
He won a playoff game and then 8 games, and that's a Cleveland issue. They kicked him to the curb.
Right, and then they kicked him to the curb. So did Carolina, right? The Rams,
terrible franchise.
The Rams had him because they needed a quarterback on Thursday nights, and he was sitting there on the shelf.
He's spot on about mentality.
Well, that's where I was going. Yeah,
but
ahead.
Man, like, I'm just not there with Caleb Williams. 2 games with Ben Johnson, and he's a bust. Okay, the disaster coaching staff for the franchise that hasn't been able to develop quarterback. And we'll find out if this is a moment in Nico Imalabi life where he takes accountability. So we're saying that he made a bad decision this offseason. It was all about NIL money. He left a college football playoff team, which he was a big part of that Tennessee team last year. And can he grow up?
So you have to have talent. And so back to his thing, like Caleb Williams has talent. Caleb Williams has talent. There's something that he referred to that I call it, okay? That intangible, that it. Does Caleb Williams have that? I don't know. Baker Mayfield has it. It means the way to find a way to win. The grit, the tough, Diego Pavia has it, right? The Tom Brady has it. The way to do stuff when everything's against you. How do you come back from adversity? And I'll give Mike this. Caleb has not shown that consistently yet in his career, neither college nor pros. Now, does that mean he doesn't have it? He hasn't shown it consistently, at least I don't believe he has. When there were close games in college, now he put up big numbers, and you're going to tell me, Jeff, he went out and scored, and his defense let him down. And you're not totally wrong, okay? He lost a lot of high-scoring games at USC. But he also turned the ball over in big situations at USC. Go back and look. He hadn't been there yet. I'm with you, JJ. I'm not ready to call him a bust. I'm not giving up on him after 2 games with Ben Johnson and after a disappointing first year. But where Mike was going with this, like, yeah, you have to have the talent. I think why am I blanking? Head coach at Moore, at New Orleans.
Kellen Moore.
Thank you. God, I think Caleb Moore. No, that's not right. Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore had it. I don't know that he had the talent to be the NFL quarterback, right? I think Kellen Moore was a really, like, as good a college quarterback as I've ever seen. I thought he had it. You got to have both. But that, I'm with you on Caleb Williams. I'm not ready to say bust yet.
And we'll see, right? Can he be in a situation that is not like USC? Bears gave up 52 points. That's not on Caleb Williams.
That's correct. He scored 21. You're going to have to score more than that sometimes, but yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. What about, like, Trevor Lawrence? Is he a bust?
Yeah, if you look at the expectations when you're drafted at number 1 overall in the top 5 and you're not consistently leading your franchise to victory, yes.
Just using that criteria, that's all. All right, I do want to hit this Dabo stuff. I really, really do. So we're going to try to do that when we get back. 505-246-0610 is guy who has won 2 national championships is trying to defend his job at Clemson. And hey, if you're tired of winning, send me on my way. I'll go coach somewhere else. I'll be in New Mexico when that Jason Eck gets my job. No, he didn't say that, although he might. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610. Hey, if you've been a victim of property crime, or if you haven't, you know someone who has, you know all too well it takes police officers too long to respond, simply because they don't have enough officers to respond for all the calls they get for service. And that's why I trust International Protective Service. IPS watches my home. They watch my home, hundreds of homes and businesses all over Albuquerque and Santa Fe. It's affordable private security. In a time where we need affordable private security, you see them in your neighborhood, you see them in the stores. They keep the bad guys away. They catch the bad guys in the act. They protect what you have worked hard to build. What they'll offer you, a lot of different things. You want standing guards? You want eyes on your property around the clock? They'll do that for you. They will install alarms, camera systems. They got a state-of-the-art facility to monitor it all. They monitor it 24/7. It all raises the level of security around your home or business. When I go out of town, I let them know. They do exterior checks a couple times a day. They pick up the newspapers if you need that, or mail. Roll the garbage cans to the curb on garbage day. If you got a package dropped on the porch, they'll pick that up for you so the porch pirates don't get it and get it to you when you get back. Who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it is the good guys and not the bad guys. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. I'm a big fan, and I know you will be as well. 505-897-2420 is their number. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Tommy Bowden went 72 and 45. What they did before that, it was Tommy West. He was 31 and 28. Ken Hatfield 32 and 13. And Danny Ford was good there. That was back in the 70s and 80s. My point is, he's been pretty damn good there. He's won national championships. Last year went to the Gator Bowl. Before that, the Orange Bowl. National championship in what? The 18 and well, the 2020 season, the 19 season. Was that game? I want to get into this. Maybe we talk to Sean a little bit about this. When you raise the bar, expectations never come down. Ask UCLA basketball. They still think John Wooden's there. Ask Indiana basketball. They still think that Bobby Knight's there. Right? Miami still thinks they're the U from back in the day. Michael Irvin was running around, and Jimmy Johnson.
They're coming back, baby.
Should he have to sit there and defend himself? I guess. Because that's where expectations are. And I wonder if sometimes is it good to stay at a place forever? Is it maybe next chapter, let him go somewhere else and build it? I'm a man. I'm 55. I'll go coach somewhere else. Sean Ryder next, the beat writer for Lobo Football for the Albuquerque Journal. It's Ryder on the radio. When we get back, talk to him about the question he asked Jason Eck about Coach Eck's name popping up in all these stories about potential coaching jobs. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Aggies coming off a 49-14 loss at Louisiana Tech. Of course, New Mexico coming off the big victory at the Rose Bowl over UCLA. We get to catch up with our buddy Sean Ryder. It's Ryder on the radio. He is the beat writer for Level Football, covering for the Albuquerque Journal. Good morning, Sean. How was the trip to the Rose Bowl?
It was good. Good to hear from you guys. Thanks for having me on, as always. But Rose Bowl is pretty cool, man. You were not wrong. That's a pretty sweet venue.
Yeah, the whole thing, just getting in there, going down the hill, and the golf course, and just the history that just oozes out of the veins of that place. Rhetorically, it's I know it wasn't New Year's Day and 100,000 people, but the venue itself really speaks, doesn't it?
No, yeah, and I went down there the day before just to go see it and just to make sure, okay, this is how you get in. And you have that big parking lot on the side, obviously, but I didn't know that golf course was right behind it. I didn't know there was that kind of little tailgating field, and then that neighborhood, right up the hill and all that. And I thought that was pretty cool. And, when I was down there, before the game, there was, just a bunch of people kind of running around and working out and biking and kids playing soccer. And I was like, this is very cool, man. This is a cool borderline communal vibe.
Yeah.
So a whole bunch of people that don't go to football games out there.
They all had something else to do on Saturday or on Friday night. We talked last week. I think we all thought the Lobos had a chance to win the game. I told Eck this, and I'll stick by this. There's no way I saw it being 35-10 and then just completely dominating a Big Ten team. And I don't know if UCLA gave up. All I know is if you dropped in from Mars and didn't know anything about the game, the team in white was a hell of a lot better than the team in blue.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, that was really the thought I had, and I kind of talked with one of the UCLA beat guys about that. Really after the first quarter, it's, hey, some of these holes that Scott Trey is getting, was not expecting this, man. This is looking pretty all right for New Mexico, and that just kind of kept going, right? I mean, really kind of rolling them on both lines of scrimmage and all that. That, to me, was kind of the most impressive part. I do think there was a bit of quit from UCLA a bit later in the game.
Yeah.
But no, really, really impressive stuff from New Mexico, even if it is clear that this is not the best or most well-coached UCLA team.
Yeah, I'm all about that. The bottom line is that's a Big Ten team with Big Ten athletes and Big Ten resources, and I get it. They're not very good. Nobody's saying it. And X said it after we didn't beat Ohio State. You went and kicked their ass. You didn't squeak by them. It's like when the Aggies went in and beat Auburn, a couple of years back, right? That was a SEC team in their place. I don't think you can downplay when a Group of 5 team, especially one that's been struggling like New Mexico, goes in and beats a Big Ten team in their place like that. I get it, man. You didn't win a national championship, but I think it's still it says something.
No question whatsoever. I mean, it is. I mean, it's a huge win. Not only for the Eck era, but it's a huge win for kind of perception of the program and all that too, right? I don't know how many people were tuned in last year to kind of that Washington State game, right? I don't know how many people really were, searching out New Mexico football games and all this. This being kind of a Friday night game that, got a lot of extra attention because it was one of the few games on and all that too, and just because it was, the result that it was and everything too. Yeah, that is huge for the perception of the program, and it should go a long way for this team.
Sean, what was the most impressive thing for you watching that game for the Lobos? Because I know you look at the rushing numbers, but also what they did defensively. I thought the speed on the perimeter, and Nico wasn't able to get outside the pocket and just was uncomfortable all day long.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head defensively. I mean, I thought they were no sacks, which was kind of one of the that's a byproduct of going up against a guy like Nico, because they had two really good opportunities, Keyshawn James Newby in particular, and just could not get Nico down. And that's one of Nico's strengths, man. He can definitely reel out of some trouble. But the fact that, I thought, I'm writing on this during the game, and, I really was thinking after that second 4th and short failed, that the Sean Buchanan fumble, I thought, okay, this could be a real turning point in the game. Like, maybe they should have just kicked the field goal there and all that and just kind of settled and do that. And then they drive down a bit, and then they're forced to punt. Defense comes up to the stop, and then Michael Buckley muffs the punt, and all of a sudden you're really thinking, okay, I think this is probably going to be the turning point. And then what do? They hold them to a 51-yard field goal. That was that to me was extremely impressive, and I've kind of pounded the drum a little bit with the defense throughout the offseason and all that. Like, I do think this is like a defense that probably can be like a top half of the league defense. This is a better defense than we've seen in the last couple of years. Again, not a very high bar. The defense the last couple of years has not been great. But no, I thought that was incredibly impressive, and it showed. I think it was kind of a coming out party to a certain point for, hey, this defense is going to be something this year.
Sean Ryder with us from the Albuquerque Journal. Yeah, I've been really impressed too with the safety rotation. What we've seen, the guy David Murphy stepping up, had 2 big tackles in the backfield. How they've rotated through injury. Tavian Combs being able to play the amount of steps he has, and I think that has really been one of the most impressive things to me defensively.
Yeah, no question, right? Because Combs was a guy that they kind of talked about in spring, Eck in particular, and kind of mentioned, we want to play him as much as we can, but we don't know how much we're going to be able to play him. He might be a 25 to 30 snap a game guy, and he's playing way more snaps. I think he played 51 against Michigan. I don't remember his snap count on the top of my head against the UCLA game, but he played a ton there. And then obviously, some of the guys filling in for Austin Brawley. I don't know if you would say that they have missed a beat or anything like that with Brawley and all that too, but I do think I do think like they've done nice work. Drew Speech and Aaron Smith, true freshman C.J. McBean, like they've done a pretty good job. Not getting beat. That's going to be a process as time goes on and all that as well. And then Caleb Coleman as well. I think he deserves some flowers too, because X said he was the guy that kind of. They kind of challenged him, after the Idaho State game and said, hey, we need more out of you. Like, we need you to give us more out of this, this nickel star spot. And I thought he delivered and really showed off. He's probably one of the best tacklers in the secondary, and I thought that was really made pretty clear on Friday night.
Hey, Sean, to the victors go the spoils, and I know Lobo fans freaking out a little bit. And this is a very, very fragile fan base on their third coach in 3 years. But you asked the question that needed to be asked. X name came up in stories in The Athletic, in USA Today, in CBS Sports as a potential candidate for the UCLA job. And look, there's going to be more jobs. Right? I just got to, Oregon State may open, and I mean, go down the list. There's going to be jobs. If he's successful, that means the program's better. I said earlier, I don't think he's looking, but I'm not going to promise you he's going to be here next year. And I know this fan base is fragile. You asked him about it yesterday. He gave the perfect non-committal. I'm focused on this job right now, and I'm not looking. And I got an agent who does all that. And look, I said this morning, there's a chance he does go. I think this fan base is it'd be a tough one to eat. I just think that's the state of not just Lobo football. That's athletics. Your basketball coach. It happened there. I just think it's the reality of how you're going to have to deal with it if you have to deal with success.
Yeah, and credit to Will Weber, the Santa Fe New Mexican. He was the one that asked the question.
Okay.
It was certainly something I plan on asking, but Will got it, and I appreciate Will for doing it as well, because it is kind of a weird question to ask at this point in the year. But no, I think the big thing for me, we're going to see what happens and all that too. It's still very early in the coaching carousel. This is going to be a really busy coaching carousel from what I can kind of tell. Right. Certainly, the kind of speculative, short lists and all that don't always mean a ton in the early going, because, who knows what Martin Drummond and, or Whit Babcock at Virginia Tech are all thinking right now. I don't think Babcock's even leading the search in Blacksburg, frankly. But, the Athletic report, that was kind of the big one to me, because Feldman is, Bruce Feldman's a pretty well-connected guy, and his stuff is usually pretty well on the money. So, no, I did think I kind of gave the right answer, the normal answer, and saying that, look, I have an agent for that, so I don't plan on talking to anybody during the season and all that. I'm just focused on this at the moment. And I think that probably should be what, I know it's hard to ignore, but I think it's probably the approach that fans should take to a certain degree as well. This is what you got right now. Nobody's going to take them from you midway through the season or anything like that. And it looks like you got a pretty good football team, and you got something to actually enjoy over the next couple months.
Sean,
so
we're three games in.
For now.
Yeah, we're 3 games in, and this fan base is so fragile. And I remember saying after Bronco left, I said, you're going to be okay, and you're going to find a coach who wants to be here, who's going to be a good coach. And he did. I don't think Jason Eck's going to end his college coaching career here. I just don't know when it's going to be. But I know this fan base is on edge when they hear those reports.
Absolutely. And there's kind of like an interesting parallel here, right? Like, Eck made a lot of his reputation in this era, coaching at Idaho in particular, by the fact that every single year, more often than not, he lost his best players. Every single year he lost them, but they had guys in the tank, that they had guys that could develop, they had other guys that could bring in, and it worked out. They would lose their leading rusher, they would lose their leading receiver, they would lose their quarterback, their star defensive end, and they would just bring it back with another guy and be better than they were the last year, at least in terms of record and all that, right? And I'm not saying you want to do that every single year with a football coach, right? Like, I think fans will be a bit tired of 4 different head coaches in 4 years and all that. But I do think if you are a school like New Mexico in this spot right now, in this time, and sometimes the Charles will be busy, sometimes it won't. If you are kind of a Fernando Lobo, that has to be kind of the approach, right? Like, every single year, we're going to have the short list of guys that we're going to keep updating and thinking about and all that too. And I think it should be heartening to fans that, hey, this guy, Fernando Lobo came in, and literally was tasked with hiring a football coach basically from the second he was here, and then ended up hitting, what's looking like a pretty darn good hire. And I think the fact that he probably would be able to make another good hire should be heartening to fans. So we'll see.
Here, Sean, what do you make of what UNM has been able to do offensively the last 2 games with no downfield passing threat? They've had some explosive, and Dorian Thomas, Bankston have made big plays, but that's in the screen game a lot, and yet they're still able to run the football in the big moments over the last 2 games.
Yeah, I tweeted out a quote on Friday night from Jason Eck, and I regret not, I don't think it was egregious, but I regret not sharing the entire context of the question I was asked, because I kind of asked the question, and not to be a little bit of like a Debbie Downer, but, what do you, are you still looking to see more out of the passing game and all that too, right? I wasn't going for the, hoping to get like a Brian Kelly response or anything like that. But, Eck said, he bluntly said, he said, look, we're going to play better teams than UCLA. Like, he's like, there will be better teams than UCLA on our schedule. And he kind of added on it Tuesday. He's like, I don't think UCLA would win the Mountain West. I mean, I think he's correct.
Yes, obviously. Obviously.
That was in the context of, we're going to have to get the passing game better. We're going to have to, get it to a different spot. So I do think that is something, and he said it yesterday. He said that's something that they're going to have to work on. I do think Lane played a good game, and I thought, and he told us yesterday, quarterback Jack Lane, I should say, and he told us yesterday, look, I don't care about stats. He's like, if we got to run it 60 times to win, we'll run it 60 times to win. And that kind of was more of the game plan against UCLA because they couldn't really stop it. And you had Damon Bankston breaking big plays, that's the ridiculous screen pass TD and all that too. But I do think part of it has been the fact that, their receivers have just been so banged up. They're only playing at max right now, 4 receivers a game. I think they got to get Keegan Johnson back, obviously. I don't think it would hurt to get a guy like Joke back at this point, too. Just get kind of the full complement of guys, hopefully out of the bye week and all that, and just kind of, but even then, when you get those guys back, I don't know how long you have to really, develop it throughout the season. I do think at a certain point, you might just kind of have what you have. So we're going to have to see. It will be interesting, and I think the New Mexico State game will be interesting in that regard. But I do think, this is an offense that does want to have a downfield passing threat. And right now they just really don't have that. So we'll see if that develops. But, right now you're beating UCLA without it, and that's huge. But I think it would probably take this offense, maybe not to the next level, but just one tier up, and that would be really helpful.
Yeah, which would be another level up, right? I will talk about this a lot next week, I know. You got the bye week, and then you got New Mexico State, and they're interesting. They're 2-1. They just got pounded in the fourth quarter by Louisiana Tech. A lot of turnovers there. I don't know how much you've dived into this. I think it should be a really fun atmosphere. And I was asking, what was the last time they both came in with winning records? And the 1-0 thing doesn't count to me. It's 1964. They were both 3-2. This is a big game. What do you expect on the football field 2 weeks or a week from Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I am really interested to see that, right? Because the La Tech result was pretty surprising to me. I thought, going on the road to Ruston is not like an easy proposition, and this is looking to be a pretty good, pretty rock solid La Tech team. But I was not expecting that kind of fourth quarter collapse, just kind of going to pieces there. But if there's NMSU, man, I mean, I do like Logan Fife, man. I think he absolutely. It was kind of painful to watch that point last year, right? Because I was down there for the Liberty game during one of NMSU's bye weeks, and during one of UNM's bye weeks, and that game was really painful to watch in a lot of respects because they were kind of just dominating Liberty in certain regards to the game. I mean, the defense was lights out; they were rolling, but they just could not get anything going. Again, they could not get anything meaningful production-wise out of the quarterback spot, and I do think Fife addresses a lot of that for them. I do like the backs. I think the receivers are pretty solid at this point. And I like the defense as well, too. I would be curious to see I am very curious to see both these defenses take on these respective offenses that kind of have their flaws at the moment, but, certainly aren't, woefully bad at this point as well. I've seen some people kind of say that, NMSU is terrible, and I don't think that's the case at all. But, no, I think this will be a very interesting atmosphere, as you said, and a very interesting football game.
All right, we'll catch up with you next week. We'll get into that. Read him every day. I know you are on the Albuquerque Journal website, or pick up the hard copy of the Journal. He is Sean Ryder. Follow him on the Twitter or on the X. And he's here every Wednesday with us at 9 o'clock. We'll catch up with you next week, man. Enjoy the bye week, and always appreciate the conversation.
Appreciate you guys having me on, as always.
All right, be well. He is Sean Ryder. It's good stuff. And it was Will Weber who asked the question. I apologize. I was in a meeting yesterday, so I kind of watched the video feed, and I misheard what I thought I heard. But, I appreciate Will asking. It had to be asked, right? I mean,
Did you think we'd be having this conversation 3 weeks into the season?
I didn't, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm not going to lie. It means you're doing well. They're 2-1. To his point, never had so much accolades for losing a football game by 17 points, and let the season play out. Am I surprised by it? I guess I shouldn't be, but yeah, I am a little bit. And again, I don't know how serious the conversations are. Anybody with a pen and a column can put a name down. And, Dan Mullen's name's on there. There's a bunch of names on there. He's not the only one. There were, add them up between those three columns. There's probably, 12, 15 names. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Center.
Listen to Rio Rancho Rams in Cleveland.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf.
That's all right. It was worth it. And appreciate Sean. Sean's really good. Tell us that there's going to be a lot more jobs for Eck. UCLA isn't the only one. How about the replacement at Notre Dame, Florida, Oregon State? If they get blued out by Fitty by the Ducks, yeah, there's going to be jobs. I don't know the
Notre Dame ain't buying Freeman at all. Not close.
Notre Dame. Florida could be. You know, yeah. Look, one if this one opens, Wisconsin would be something you got to look at. Okay. I don't know that I think the UCLA job. Again, I'm with you. I think they're going to try to go super flashy. Eck would be a great hire for them. Don't get me wrong. I think he'd be a great hire. I don't think that's where they're going to go. Right? Wisconsin, if that, where he played, if that opens up, yeah, be careful. Right? Like kind of like, look at Fit. I don't think he's just going to jump. And I think Eck now understands that, wow, I'm pretty good at this. I think he already knew that. But now, if he wins here and wins consistently here, he'll be able to pick what he wants, man. Right? He doesn't have to jump at the first one. He doesn't. And just because his name's in a couple articles around UCLA doesn't mean he's been offered a job. There's a little bit of, relax on this, but I understand the angst.
And 3 weeks from now, this could be, hey, remember when we thought this was going to happen?
They lose to the Aggies, right?
And then you're on the road back-to-back weeks.
Where they got to go? They got to go
at San Jose State, at Boise State.
And so if they lose the next three, we're not. Hey, can UCLA come take our coach? We're going to hear that, right? Yeah. So.
Which I saw the Boise State game where the Broncos officially sold out.
The New Mexico.
The Lobos coming to town.
Is that in 2 weeks?
That
for 3 weeks.
Will be 3 weeks from now.
Is that the conference opener?
Bye week, Aggies at San Jose State Friday night, then at Boise State.
Friday night, San Jose State. All right. 505-246-0610. You can get in on anything he had to talk about. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Ron sent me Lobos versus the spread. So I don't know what I saw this stat yesterday. So the top 25 teams in the country versus the spread. So if you take the number, so in this case, New Mexico was a 15.5-point dog, and they won by 25. So that's plus 40, right? Against the spread this year, New Mexico is number one in the country. They're plus 58. You know who number two is? Have you seen this chart?
I did see number one. I did not see number two.
So number one is New Mexico versus the spread. They're plus 58. Number two has a New Mexico tie to it. Vanderbilt's plus 52.
Hey, Diego Pavia, bandy, man. I think in Vanderbilt is going to be like, yeah, we're going to see if we can get this guy to play here for 8 years.
Wait till play him till he's 35, man.
Yeah. And then he can go on a retirement tour through the SEC. And gift him a rocking chair.
Yeah, by then he'll know how to play guitar because he'll be in Nashville for all these years, and he'll probably be a country music star.
And be like, this has been an amazing 7-year run at Vanderbilt, and just glad I was able to set the foundation for the future.
Yeah. Here's a little song I wrote.
I mean, probably like a 2-time Heisman winner by that point in time.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, no, Ron, appreciate you sending that to me. All right, 505-246-0610. I know we're running late on this thing as well. Steve from Michigan. He says, I second the Seattle versus Detroit in the American League Championship Series, Jeff. Also, how popular would UNM coach be if he beat Michigan and UCLA? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I told you before the Michigan game.
He's popular and they lost.
Crazy. Look, I get it, man. And I get the angst. It's college sports, man. They're feeling it at UNLV right now too. Dan Mullen's name is all over a bunch of these stories as well. It's and by the way, so is Northwestern's coach, so is Arizona's coach. Go look at the article. Like, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people saying, man, get your hands off my coach. And it's not all just group of 5 level coaches. It's not. There's like the names that were in there. There's a lot of names, a lot of people, a lot of schools who are like, hey, man, just get your hands off my coach. Keep my coach's name out your mouth. Yeah. That's just kind of, that comes, you haven't had to deal with that in a while, right? There weren't a lot of people that saying, "Hey, we're Bob Davies going to be our guy," or Mike Locksley's going to be our guy, right? Hey, did Nico go into the transfer portal? I've seen so many things I don't even know what to believe.
No.
But a lot of Bruins have gone into the transfer portal since Deshaun Foster got fired, correct?
I understand you can, but you're losing a year, man.
Well, he won't because he only played in 3
You get a red
games.
shirt, okay.
Yeah.
You still getting your money? That's a great question.
Well, I don't know the answer to that. But I'm looking at a headline that says Nico Iamaleava will have another shot at career-defining transfer decision after they fired Deshaun Foster. And there's a whole thing about how, where's he going? He was the top-rated transfer last year. Top-rated guy coming out. I mean, he will get a shot if he goes into the portal. I haven't seen him go in, but CBS has a story about how he may go in. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Going to kind of reset here at the top. I want to get into the Lobo Hoops thing and the schedule and the exhibition with Washington State, JJ. It's an exhibition game that it's kind of weird. Like they're going to play out as games, and with crowds, but they're not going to count. And what that is all going to mean and what Eric Olin had to say about that. So we'll do that when we get back. Hey, where are you going for lunch? Throw Twin Peaks on your lunch schedule. In fact, tomorrow. Tomorrow is National Cheeseburger Day. Twin Peaks is going to celebrate big. Go over there and enjoy a scratch-made cheeseburger with your choice of cheese. Pair it with a 22-ounce Coors Light or Miller Lite. It's just $12 all day. And if you're not drinking, cool. Grab a burger and get a tea or soda. It's only $10, so you can celebrate one of our favorite holidays, National Cheeseburger Day. Celebrate it the right way. And, of course, Fridays in September just got a whole lot better. Twin Peaks is doing Bourbon and Brews. Go over there to Twin Peaks, get Bourbon and Brews every Friday, 5 to 7, barrel-aged bourbon tastings. They have giveaways and their legendary lingerie costume parties. And then raise your glass for Sam Adams Stein hoisting at 6 o'clock every Friday this month. Test your strength, win prizes, celebrate Oktoberfest in September, the Twin Peaks way. It's 2 epic events. It's one unbeatable Friday night. Bourbon, Brews, and bragging rights, and it's only at Twin Peaks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
October 25 is a Saturday. They're going to be up in Pullman playing Washington State in an exhibition game. That was announced. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. So it's this NCAA where it used to be you do these closed-door practices and they require certain stuff, and I'm not sure I totally understand everything right now. But I'm kind of down. You like this, going up to Pullman to play the exhibition, then bringing it back next year to the pit? They're doing that with...
I don't have a problem with opening exhibition games to the public. Yeah. Playing D1 opponents for an exhibition game.
Are they going to play a full game, or like can the coaches in the middle say, hey, stop, I want to coach this up? Or do you know how that works? It's going to be a real game, right?
I would assume it's a real game. Just like the other exhibition games that you play.
Yeah. All right. They're going to go up there and do this. So I guess some other ones that happen that are going to be like this. And just to give you a little context, Grand Canyon will play Baylor. UCLA plays San Diego State. This will be an exhibition game in San Diego. That's the only way the Aztecs can get UCLA down to play there. That's kind of huge. St. Mary's, Arizona. UNLV is going to go to Washington. USC will go to. How about USC going to Grand Canyon? You think that? I don't care if it's an exhibition. Those crazies down there are going to lose their mind having SC in their gym, aren't they?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to work on your chants. Get going. It's an exhibition for the fans as well.
Michigan at St. John's. It's a hell of an exhibition game. Like, I want these all to count, don't you?
That's why they're playing all these games.
I know.
Like, just warming up.
All right, should I go up and watch this? I mean, I'm trying, JJ. I don't know what to do. I've got work, like bowl work that weekend. I don't know how I'm going to get to Pullman and do that as well. I can go up and do one of them and then go to I don't know. I just don't know how I'm going to pull that off. You got football that day. You got Bronco Mendenhall.
The return of Bronco Mendenhall to University Stadium.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can to get me out of here. You got Bronco Mendenhall. That's a big day for Lobo Athletics. You got Bronco Mendenhall coming back to town. It could be a really pivotal game for Lobo football.
Possibly.
It could be a really pivotal game for Lobo football. Could be. I didn't say absolutely will be. Could be. All right. Somebody asked, just trying to get a heads up on the UNM basketball sweet deal. It's always been the last week of September. Is Eric Olin scheduled to be on next week? Do you know that? I believe we're doing a basketball sweet deal.
We will be doing a basketball sweet deal, and it will be towards the end of September.
Yeah. I don't know exactly when, but there's your answer. See, JJ knows all. I did not know that. All right, so that's on the schedule, and then you got your Santa Clara game, and then you're going to get going with hoops here, coming up in a little bit. 505-246-0610. Checking any breaking NFL news for you, because it feels like every morning NFL news is broken. There's some defensive stuff in the Buffalo game. The Commanders have signed Preston Smith to try to help their defensive line. I don't know if that moves the needle for you. Probably not. Packers, their top wide receiver. I think we knew that Jaden Reed had the broken clavicle. Not sure we knew that he had a broken bone in his left foot as well. So he had surgery done on the broken collarbone and surgery on his foot as well. Damn, dude. That guy was beat up. Football's violent, man. Football will get you. Everybody gets hurt. How about the injury for the coach? Football's violent for the coach. Sean McVay tore his plantar fascia that's in his foot while coaching. Foot's good, he said. I did tear my plantar fascia. Good thing he's got good trainers there. Isn't that crazy? Now, if Andy Reid tore his plantar fascia, you go, yeah, the old man needs to get off the sideline, right? But yet a young, good-looking, in-shape guy tears it. It happens. He's 39 years old. He was a wide receiver, by the way, at Miami of Ohio. I don't know if you knew that. But he's running up and down. Pete Carroll runs up and down during practice. He goes out and runs special teams. He's legendary for running up and down. He's 73 years old. If he tore his plantar fascia, he goes, all right, old man, stop. But this young fella, it happened.
So you put out the bat signal.
What's the bat
And Stig Newton dropped in September 30th. Lobo basketball, sweet deal.
Is that why he's bothering you back there in the middle of the show? I mean, what the hell? We got a show going.
He's pestering me about the Orioles.
You don't get to just go back there and have, goodness. I was like, who's back there? All right. September 30th, sweet deal. Global basketball tickets. You got to wait 13 days. You okay with that?
Yes. Gets the people going.
Yeah, it does. All right. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. I wanted to get into this more the other day. We have not gotten into much the weapon that it is the Cowboys kicker. Aubrey is unbelievable. And 65, which not long ago, what's the NFL record? Is it 65? It used to be, it was 63 forever. That's routine for this cat. They settled for that to go into overtime, and they had absolute confidence in it. Brian Schottenheimer said they'd try him from 70-ish. 70-ish. Said we've seen him make those before. Not 70, 70-ish.
70-ish.
So, 73, let's give it a shot. Dude, 73, that's all the way back to the 37-yard.
New era kicker, man.
Well, they got Cam Little. They kicked a 70-yarder in an exhibition game down in Jacksonville. I get it, man. Like records break. You watch sprint times, you track field. You're beating it by a second, a quarter of a second, a tenth of a second. They're different, man. Over the last 2 to 3 years, kickers have become different. Now, I would argue they become less accurate. I think we've seen more missed, what you would call routine kicks in that 40 to 50-yard range. Right? We've seen more extra points.
I don't know.
Missed.
Well, extra points is a longer kick.
It is a longer kick, but we're seeing more missed. And like how your guy Lutz hit the upright, what was it, 48 the other day for the Broncos game? The Browns guy in Schmitz in the opener. Kickers have been erratic, but some of these guys' legs are just bombs. He's a weapon, man. We would try it from 70-ish. That's Steph Curry. That's changing the game, man. It's changing what range is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and say a kicker's changing the game.
It is when you have confidence to where you settle for a 64-yard game time total.
Right? When you're going to sit here and tell me that to me means a kicker's changing the damn game. That's just different range. It's insane. All right, we'll reset everything you got to know as you go through your Wednesday. Still time for you to get in. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. I wish y'all could come. I'm not inviting everybody to the office, but if you do come by, I want you to see my chair. Mike Waring, who owns Mustang Home Goods, made me this gorgeous, beautiful custom chair. It's got this Letter New Mexico Bowl logo on it in the wood, and it's super, super comfortable, and it has now become like the centerpiece of my office, and everybody wants to come by and look at it and talk about it. Where'd you get it? You can have one too. Book a consultation. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com and look at the beautiful, usable art that Mike creates. He's a retired Navy officer, and this is now what he does. Pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all sizes and shapes. He will make a piece to fit you. You don't fit the furniture fits you. You get a personal connection with your furniture. You're not just buying furniture. You're telling your story in your home. By the way, it's beautiful, and it is incredibly comfortable. This is for the living room, dining room, bedroom, patio. Go by the website, Mustang Home Goods, and bounce around the website. You're going to say, you know what? That person on my list who buys everything for themselves, this is a great gift. Get in on it now. Don't call in December and say, hey, I want you to make me a custom piece. It's going to be too late in December for that. This is going to get super busy. If you're thinking about the gift, call now, book a consultation, go to Mustang Home Goods. This isn't just furniture, man. This is usable art. He uses adjustable ergonomics to adjust and custom fit furniture that fits you. You got a lingering injury, he's going to work on the perfect spot to make your chair fit you. It's amazing. I'm flat out in love with it, and you will be as well. MustangHomeGoods.com is the site. Go over there, book a consultation with Mike. You can thank me later. Tell your story in your home with Mustang Home Goods.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki, I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain.
All right, wrapping you up on a Wednesday, getting you home. No football tonight. You get it tomorrow night here on These Sports Animal. Dolphins and Bills. We got baseball on These Sports Animal tonight. It is the Isotopes and the Reno Aces as the Topes play out their final series of the season out at Isotopes Park. Day ball tomorrow, 11:05. You'll be able to catch it here on These Sports Animal. What are people talking about as you go through your day? Well, the ratings on Fox were pretty big for that big, gigantic rematch of the Super Bowl, Eagles and Chiefs. 33.8 million is what they say, which how many people watched. So perspective on that, it's the best Fox audience ever for a regular season Sunday game and the most watched week 2 game ever in the National Football League. So pretty big on that. Baseball, Shohei Ohtani went 5 innings for the Dodgers last night, did not give up a hit nor a run, struck out 5, walked 1. Was up when he left, and they lose 9-6 as the bullpen completely imploded again for Los Angeles. Dodgers have a 2-game lead with 12 games to go over the Padres headed into tonight. And Lobo basketball will play Washington State in an exhibition game in Pullman. That'll be on the 25th of October. That is a Saturday. And the Big Dumper hit his 56th home run yesterday. Cal Raleigh surpasses Mickey Mantle for most home runs ever in a season by a switch hitter and tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners' all-time single-season mark. 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. That's how to get in today. 505-246-0610. Terry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, J.J. You're talking about Aubrey, the kicker for Dallas. Yeah, that 64-yarder would have been good from 70-something. It just flew through the crossbar. But the funny story they talked about was after he retired from pro soccer, he was watching a game with his wife, and she being so supportive, some kicker missed a field goal, and she told him, well, you could miss it as well as that guy. So he said he'd go try. He was just doing a regular job at the time. And so he got on with the USFL, but the whole thing was he hired a kicking coach, and I'm surprised some teams haven't tried to track down that kicking coach, just trying to, could he be the Butch Harmon of kicking coaches? And, you know, the Browns or somebody, you know, say, hey, let's bring this coach in and see if he can, you know, light magic in some other kicker, because, you know, this guy is just amazing what he can do. So, you know, I like that where, you know, something can just be sitting on a couch and then within a year or two, and, you know, he's just blasting it away. So, yeah, I would thought they'd easily try one someday from 70 because, you know, it seemed like his leg strength. So, you know, what do you think of that, of, you know, teams going out and trying to find that guy?
I love that. I mean, I think that guy should make a niche for himself. I've always asked this question, and JJ, you've heard me ask this over the years to coaches. I wonder how many you have special teams coaches, but how many kickers get coached? Like, how many special teams coaches actually know the mechanics of kicking and go through it and work on it? Or is it, hey, you know, go over there and kick 50 balls and get better? And is it like the golf swing? You know, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And if there's a hiccup in your mechanics, you're not going to get any better. And I always wonder how many kickers actually get coached in kicking as opposed to special teams guys just, you know, doing lineups and here's our onside kick and here's what we're going to do. And by the way, when the ball's loose in the end zone, you got to cover it, or Seattle will, and it'll be a touchdown.
Yeah, true on that. Yeah, maybe having a guy teach the rules too on fielding the ball. But I just thought it was, it just reminded me of how, you know, Butch Harmon and stuff for golf. You just some guys out there who did it, and I said, you know, it's not everybody to be that good, but I'd be willing, especially if you're the Browns and you guys, they can't make 35 yarders, that maybe you roll the dice and track that guy down and bring him in and have tryouts of 10, 20, 30 people and say, well, first, pick somebody who you think has the talent and then work with them like that. So, you know, you have something where it's just, you know, because you know, it's hard because they're really not making much money in pro football. So maybe it's hard to maybe spend a few $1,000s on a kicking coach. You know, it's just they're doing their nickels and pennies and pitching that. So I just thought I'd bring that in because I thought, a supportive wife, and then the kicking coach and all that. So,
That's great.
It's just, I thought, a lighthearted story.
Yeah.
So you guys have a great day.
See, man,
Take care.
it's a great story, and in fact, that's how it was. He was sitting on his couch, and she's like, "You can do that." But I know we've asked kickers and punters over the years, like you're a punter in college. Are you getting punting coaching, or is it like, because you and I have both been to practice? Where are the kickers? They're over there, right? They're over there kicking.
They're not as specialized as the other positions.
Pretty damn
Even though
important,
with a special skill, there's usually not a kicker that's coaching it. I know this year, Daniel DePrado, the special teams coach, spends more time than usual with those guys. So he's
Okay.
usually off with them
Is he
when
a-
they're working, but he's not a kicker by trade.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he, is he versed on the kicking mechanics and?
But I think when you've done something for 10, 15 years, you probably can coach them up well when that's your focus.
I would imagine that's right. Yeah, I know we've asked kickers over the years, and there's been a lot of different answers. Someone said, "Yeah, no, I had this one guy who, he was the difference in my kicking career, and he's the reason." And others were like, "Yeah, no, we just got to go over and figure out what's right." Got some video and looked at it. This just came down. So Colorado plays Wyoming this week. Colorado got beat by Houston last Friday night. They're changing back quarterbacks again. So Dion is going back to Caden Salter. Remember, he was the quarterback who transferred from Liberty, started the first game of the year. Then they went to the highly recruited Ryan Staub. But Salter began the season. He'll take over. The Staub started in Houston. Colorado, Wyoming, and it'll be the veteran at quarterback for them. Kind of got a win game for Colorado, huh? They lose to Wyoming at home.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, man. Wyoming's defense is looking pretty good.
Thanks to Sean Ryder. He was with us today. The Herd with Colin Coward is next. The Jim Rome Show's after that. Kenny Thomas and A. Marie come your way at 4 o'clock. Then you get Isotopes baseball against Reno. The opening drive tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starts at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work as always on the TV side. It looks terrific. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.